Hey guys, welcome back to this little session here. The next deck I have to show you is Six Samurais, and I probably know what you're thinking is why is everybody running Six Samurais? It's basically because people like to jump on the bandwagon. I'm not saying that I'm not one of them. I like the way they run. I like their draw power. I don't use them all the time. They're pretty fun though. Right now this deck has some proxies in it. Its record right now is 9-1. I've been to a couple of my friends' tournaments they've held at their houses, and the only deck that this deck lost to was a burn deck. And the burn deck was my friend's dad ran. His burn deck is really, really good. He killed me the second turn, so I pretty much couldn't do anything. And the second match, I almost killed him. I would have killed him if I would have used the monster that I stole from him with a creature swap, but you know, shit happens, you make mistakes, it happens, but whatever. I have another Six Samurai deck, my friend has it right now, so I can't show you it, but I will later. It's more of the old-fashioned Six Sams, so I still like to run it, but it consists of like Swift Samurai Storm, which is like each time, after the first time Six Samurai monster you control battles, the rest of them get 300 attack. Xian's Castle of Mists, I run 3 Zanjis in it, some foot soldiers, and a Swift Strike armor. And a Swift Strike armor, what that does is it allows you to special summon a Six Samurai if you draw one. So it's a really good card, and it works for the old-fashioned Six Sams. But anyway, the new Six Sam decks, the legendaries, I run in here. So well, let's get started. This, by the way, this deck's, I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but this deck's record is 9-1. If you don't like the Six Sams and you don't really have anything but vulgar things to say, then please do not comment. But if you have any suggestions for improvement on this deck, then I will be glad to take them up. So, first off, I run 3 Kages. Kages are like the starting power to this deck. They're really good if you combine them with Kagemushas. Kagemusha is the tuner, and you get him and a Kagemusha in your hand. You normal summon this, special summon Kagemusha, then synchro for this guy. I have 3. 2 are witch proxies, but for right now, currently the cards are in the mail, so they shall be here. 3 Kagemushas. Kagemusha may be a tuner. He's a really high defense, really good effect. He's a must-have. I think he's the best out of the 3 different types of tuners that Six Sams have. Second is I run 3 Grandmasters. These 3 are proxies. A lot of the higher level cards in this deck are proxies. There's only a couple, but he's one of them. He's a must-have. If he gets limited to 1 or 2, that's fine. This deck will still rock out with just 1, because I don't use him most often. I kind of run my deck a little bit different than a lot of people. I run 2 Shoguns. Shogun with Xiani, Xian, whatever, how you guys pronounce it. It's a great combination. It's a bitch combination, but it's still a great combination. I run one of the older Six Sams, Zanji, or Zanji, however you say it. If you control another Six Samurai, other than him, or just another Six Samurai in general, whatever card he battles is automatically destroyed. So he's a really good card against like Marshmallow or any of those other type of cards that can't be destroyed by battle. A lot of people only run 1 Xiani. I run 3. A lot of people only run 1 of him. He's a really good effect. I don't do the whole endless loop thing. I actually just currently learned about it. When I play a duel, I don't like to OTK, so I try not to. I like to have my duels drawn out. I like to think. I like a little bit of strategy. So I don't really use this deck to its full potential unless I really, really need to. I kind of like to fuck with my opponent a little bit. I run 2 Kizens. The only reason I run 2 and not 3 is because I don't feel that this deck needs 2 or 3. He's really good on his own, so I only run 2. So I do run 3 Mizuhos, however you say his name. So he's, in my opinion, he's better than Hand of the Sixth. Yeah, you can only use his effect once per turn, but you can destroy any card that you want. So in my opinion, that is really, really great. I don't care what anybody says. In my opinion, he is better than Hand of the Sixth. But I do have one Hand of the Sixth in here, and I will use these two in combination. I don't really care to explain right now, but if you want to know, I can post a video later showing you different combos and techniques that you can do with this deck. I run two Eros. He's also a really good against defense position monsters. If he attacks a face down defense position monster, he can destroy that monster immediately without flipping it face up or applying damage calculation. So against worm decks, he's really great against, because worm decks are all about the flip effects. I do run one Spirit of the Sixth. He's a good card. I don't use him that often, but I do use him to power up my Synchro if needed. But he's really great because you can equip him and give that 6 SAM 500 attack. And the last but not least, my Hand of the Sixth. I'm not a huge fan of her. I run one just because she's kind of a must. Because the other effect of Mizuho and her effect, if you don't have one or the other, it kind of just doesn't work right. But her, you can have unlimited tributes as long as you have the 6 SAMs to do it. Now the next card I'm about to show you, a lot of people don't run, or I haven't seen a lot of people run it. It's called 6 Strike Triple Impact. It's a really good card. I only run one because I only feel that I need one. What this card does is, if I control 3 or more face-up 6 SAMs, I can destroy all the face-up monsters my opponent controls. I could destroy all the face-up spell and traps my opponent controls, or destroy all the set spell and traps. So it's kind of like a Lightning Vortex, or, you know, it's amazing. It's pretty much what it is. It's really good. So it's okay for OTKs. Like I said, though, I don't really use it as OTKs. It may be banned come August ban list. Who knows? The next card is 6 Samurai United. I don't use this card much, only because I don't pull it that often. I only run 2 of them. I think running 3 is just ridiculous and it's retarded. I run 2 because I feel that that's a good balance for them. It's an easy draw power. It's just like Pot of Greed, really it is, as long as you can special summon 2, but come on, they're 6 SAMs, you'll be able to special summon 2, and if you can't, well then your deck is terrible. I run one Temple of the Sixth. It's a field spell. What it does is, each time a 6 SAM is normal or special summoned, I can place a Bushido counter on it, and for each Bushido counter on it, my opponent's monsters lose 100 attack. A Monster Reborn, because like I said before, every deck needs one. Gateway. I had a real Gateway. This is a proxy. I had a real one, and when I went to a tournament, I traded it away. Stupidly. I wasn't really paying attention. The kid just said he wanted it, and I was like, well, we'll give me this, this, and this. And he's like, okay, cool. Whatever. It was really dumb of me to trade it away, so now I gotta buy another one. Creature Swap. A lot of people do not run this card. I do not understand why. It's an amazing card. And for 6 SAMs, for running a 6 SAM deck, for me it's a must, because I will gladly give them another 6 SAM, and if I have Hand of the Sixth or Mizuho out, I can just tribute that face-up 6 SAM that's on my opponent's side of the field. Because of the fact Mizuho or Hand of the Sixth, I haven't checked the rules yet, but last time I checked there was no ruling, but they just say tribute 1 face-up 6 SAM, so I will usually, in a mirror deck, not a lot of people realize this, but you contribute your opponent's 6 SAMs, because it just says 1 face-up 6 SAM. It doesn't specify whose, it just says 1 face-up. The next card is a Mystical Space Typhoon. I only run one. Once again, I just feel that there's only a need for one. I run 1 6 Scrolls of the Sixth, 1 6 Scrolls of the Samurai, tribute 2 face-up 6 Samurai, special summon 1 Great Shogun Shin from your deck. I see this as, it only needs one because I see it as basically a third Shogun. It's really, I don't use it that much, so I only run one. I don't really find a care to use it. I usually kill my opponent before I even get to use it, so I run 1 Cunning of the Sixth just because it's like a Monster Reborn, kind of, but you have to tribute a 6 SAM to use it. But if you have a really low 6 SAM and you really need a higher one, but it's in your graveyard, it's a really good card, and I usually pull it when I need it. But then, like I said before, usually I don't need them because my opponent's already dead before I need to use them. I run one Reinforcement of the Army. A lot of people says this card should be banned now. You can all pretty much go to hell because Reinforcement of the Army was already hurt when Warriors first came out. They limited it to 1, which is why I think Xian's Smoke Signal will also be limited to 1. The card is not that bad. People will just complain about it because of its draw power. Honestly, look at almost every deck out there. The draw power for some decks are just ridiculous. You just hate it because everyone's using it in the 6 SAM decks, and it's just awful. People complain too much about the 6 SAM decks. They're easy to get around. You just gotta use your head. You just can't go into a duel and expect to OTK somebody every turn. Like, it's not that special. Like, this deck isn't that great. It's just I know how to use it. I run 3 smoke signals right now. It's amazing draw power. If they get limited to 1, that's fine. Most of the time, I mean, I usually get them a lot, so I can't say that I never use them. But there has been duels where I've completely dominated without them, so it's not really... I can survive with 1. I really could. I run 2... Nope, I run 3. Sorry, I run 3 double-edged sword techniques. It's really great for getting out another synchro if I need it, or getting out, or basically stopping my opponent from kicking the shit out of my life points. So it's basically a stall card, if needed. I run 2 Musakane Magatamas. It's a really great card. A lot of kids say this should also be banned, but I beg to differ. There's cards out there that do the same thing as this one, just with different types. So once again, kids are just picking on them because of their 6 Samurai, and they can't stand losing to them. And my last is Xian's Scheme. Basically, if a 6 Samurai I control is destroyed by battle, I can special summon up to 2 from my hand. So that is my 6 Samurai deck. Like I said, its record is 9-1. It's pretty decent for what I play. And that's about it. Sorry if I offended anyone with the whole if you don't like it, you can go to hell comment. It's just I get so irritated at kids for complaining and crying about the 6 SAMs when they're not that bad. I've played 6 SAM decks. They're honestly not horrible. They're hard to beat, yes, but if you think about it, you can easily trick your opponent into doing things you don't want them to do, and you can easily dominate the 6 SAMs. So I hope you liked my video. Leave comments if you think anything should be taken out, improved. I'm always up for advice. So, thanks for your time.